So this morning I'd like to try something different than I normally do on my streams. I want to kind of add in like a talking period where we just kind of focus on a topic. And it's also where I'm very honest with everybody and just kind of talk about just kind of unload my mind from the weekend, from last week. That's why I call it Monday Mind Melt. Just like kind of just let everything out of my mind about a specific topic. And so we're gonna go ahead and start it. So does it have a timestamp? No, I can figure it out. I can find it. So we're gonna go for maybe an hour or maybe 30 minutes to an hour. Um, but yeah, so Monday Mind Melt. The topic today I'd like to talk about is whoops. Why am I not in party chat? There we go. Yeah, so Monday Mind Melt. The topic I'd like to talk about is family and passing. When people pass away and stuff like that. Um, and basically, one, how I deal with it. Two, is the way that I deal with it healthy? And three, it's part of life. Family and passing is part of life. So the last couple of weeks and stuff like that, uh, me and my best friend, just mainly my best friends, they're both brothers. Labone, thank you so much for that host. Um, his grandfather had passed away, and that's someone who's huge in his life. His grandfather,
Slayer,
his
let's
grandparents,
see what you can
basically
do.
raised him, and so his grandfather passed away, but before that, he was in the hospital and stuff dealing with cancer and everything. So it was a rough couple of weeks, a rough month, for all of us. It hit him pretty hard, obviously. And so what I do, I don't have a lot of family left. My mother, wow, I missed. Oh, hey, thank you so much for that follow, Judge Dreadpool. I appreciate that. Being adopted
We lost the lead.
and being an only child, I grew up by myself a lot. We also, majority of my mom's family is, in
We're in the
Thailand,
lead.
right? And as well as me being adopted and stuff like that. And then my dad's family is on the East Coast, while we were on the West. I was wondering why my button setup's not right. So I didn't really have I didn't have brothers to play with or anything like that. I didn't have a lot of family or anything, to really be around. We didn't have family reunions or anything like that. My best friend, he did. He had a lot of family. He's a really close knit family. They would visit Oklahoma and stuff often, and he invited me to some of their family get-togethers, and they filled up a whole school cafeteria, and it's crazy. Uh, just like I said, they invited me to their family get-togethers, so I became real close to them. That's why they're my best friends. That's why they're like, for me, that's why they're my brothers. And so
We lost the lead.
I'm not used to. Oh crap! He has overshield. Actually, I can probably turn. While I'm playing it, I can probably turn the effects down, the music down. There we go. Yeah, that's probably better for this talk.
10 seconds to sniper rifle.
Damn. Only thing I lost was my pet hamster.
Sniper's up.
Yeah, so in 2006, I had lost, my mother, and so basically it's just, me and my dad. And by the time, my mom had passed away, I was in Oklahoma. Never got a year old. Oh, damn. Well, I hope you enjoyed the time you had with him. Also, not being around a lot of family, I didn't really deal with the passing of people. My grandparents had passed away way before me. My grandparents on my dad's side, way before I was able to even really remember hanging out with them. And my grandparents on my mom's side, we never, being adopted. Where is everyone? What's up? I never really saw a lot on my mom's side. So the story about me and my adoption is I am adopted by my great aunt. My great aunt, she adopted me, and it was all kind of real hush hush about me. They didn't really tell me a lot. Wow, am I missing really big? I haven't really hit good on the sniper rifle this whole weekend. Adopted, let's talk about babies. Alfredo, if you're just joining us, I'm doing what's called Monday Mind Meld, where I just kind of talk about a topic that I've been dealing with, or maybe that, just kind of focus on one topic for an hour with like 3 points. I basically got this idea, if you're ever interested in the guy. His name is, his channel name is Say No to Rage, and basically he calls them Twitch Talks, and he has different other podcasts and stuff like that. And so I didn't want to copy his idea, obviously, for talking about Twitch and giving advice and stuff, but I thought maybe for an hour I could take his idea of just talking about a topic and just kind of making it a little personal. That way, as my channel grows, you guys get to know me, and it's sort of like a kind of public diary about things. So yeah, since I was adopted by my great aunt, and it was kind of hush hush about everything, I didn't know a lot of family. So my best friends became family to me.
That's a double. We're in the lead.
So how's the sound, by the way? You guys can hear me over the game very well, right? It's pretty good.
Sniper rifles ready. Prey, predator.
Sounds good. Okay,
Perfect
cool.
kill. Got the kill.
So, yeah, but with some echo. Got triggered at church today with some echo. Let's see here. I'm not sure how to fix the echo on my end because it doesn't look like my devices are making that echo. So it might be maybe here. Maybe I could turn the game sound off of my headset. Oh shoot, he has a... You try to volunteer time and someone says not to show off old sound equipment. Is a security risk. Oh man. Huh. Well, I hope you got your situation all sorted out.
Perfect kill. You're 10 kills from the win.
Health and safety gone mad. Alfreda, is everything alright, man? I think I got stuck. Yeah, I got stuck. I'm still fudging pissed. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Don't let people get to you. Don't let people bug you, man. And so, yeah, over the years, you know, finding out that I'm adopted and everything, the word family has really changed and become something else. You know, kind of the words loyalty and you know, someone who gets your back, someone who really knows you. Those words and descriptions are how what comes to mind when I think of family. And so,
Sniper's up.
oh man, and so my best friends, even though they're not blood, they are my brothers to me. And over the years of me hanging out with them and everything like that, you know, they've, you know, you know, not kind of, but they did accept me into their family, you know. And so, I didn't know my best friend's grandfather that well. But when he passed, it hurt. It hit home, you know. And the way I deal with, shoot. Oh, come on. The way I feel with
Next kill wins.
people,
that's the
you know,
match.
passing away, the way I
Victory.
deal with it, and I just being, you know, growing up as a single child, kind of go back to that, and just kind of am by myself about it. I don't, I don't really, I don't really talk about it when it's happening, when the moment is going, you know. You know, maybe like when the funeral is happening or anything like that. I don't really talk about it or anything. I don't really, I want to be by myself, you know, and I also try to mask, you know, maybe distract my mind with other activities and everything. So, so that's what I usually do with the passing of people. My friend adopted a girl from China. I'll be back. Judge Dredd, I'll see you I'll be right here. I'm going to be streaming till about 3 o'clock. Can anyone tell me why in chat an adoption story? Yeah, so, an adoption story? Oh, you mean like other than my adoption story? I see what you're saying. You're asking someone else if they have their own adoption story. Oh, excuse me, guys. So, for example, when my mother passed, you know, my dad was at the hospital and everything like that, and, you know, I went to the mall, I met with a couple of friends and hung out. You know, I visited the hospital and everything like that when she was in there, but the night that she passed away, you know, also death is new to me at that time. I never really experienced it firsthand. No one, you know, in my immediate family had passed away because my immediate family was my mom and my dad. And so I didn't understand how close she was to passing. So I went home to take care of the dogs, but really I didn't want to be at the hospital. I just didn't want to be there. I wanted to sleep in my own bed, and I didn't want to be there. You know, I said my goodbyes and everything like that, and then I went home, and you know, I get the message or I get the call from my dad, you know, that she passed. She went in her sleep peacefully, and I guess I didn't realize it would be like that. That was her last night, and I should have stayed there. I wish I would have stayed there with my dad to kind of support him and help him through his decisions
Slayer.
and everything.
Let's see what you can do.
Anyone tell me any in chat? What
Tossing a
Trump
nade.
like? Oh yeah, no. The things that I share, they probably won't have, names in them and people's personal information. They're just kind of stories that kind of help you know who the Slick Slayer is. Who is this guy who gets on Twitch and plays video games. Kind of an open diary that's not not sharing like personal information or anything about, just kind of like, oh, I didn't know Slick Slayer was adopted. Well, now you know, kind of stuff. But yeah, no, don't share your personal information online. And so,
Ooh, bloody knuckles.
so yeah, when my when my mom passed, I wasn't there, and I didn't really talk to anybody. I don't think I talked to my dad about it, how I felt. 'Cause I didn't know really what I was feeling. I've never experienced that before, and
Lost the lead.
dang, that guy got me. And he's teabagging me. Okay. What does AZN mean? It could mean a lot of things. Not a lot of things. Only a couple of things. AZ could stand for, like, Arizona. I live in the desert. AZN, like Asian, it kind of goes to Asian, like I'm Thai. I grew up in America, I don't know any Thai or anything like that, but I am Thai is, I guess, what my race is. So Asian Slick Slayer. Hey, Mr. G, thank you so much for hosting. Appreciate it. Welcome, everyone. If you're just joining me, what I'm doing is kind of something different, kind of like an open
Ooh,
diary,
bang, bang, boom.
time frame. It's not
10
always going to be
seconds to
personal
beam rifle.
information like this. Sometimes we'll talk about movies. Sometimes we'll talk about, genres of different things. But basically, I call this Monday Mind Melt. And for an hour, we kind of focus on one topic. And right now, the topic we're talking about, because I've been dealing with it, is family and passing. So family, and then, people passing away and stuff like that, and dealing with it. Whether, how I deal
We're
with
in the
it,
lead.
whether it's healthy, how I deal with it, and then it just happens. It's part of life. You gotta find your way. So I hope the sound is good. I hope you guys can hear me over this violence that's on screen. The passing of my mother definitely hit hard internally, but I don't know if I showed that. I was going through college at the time. I was away from anything familiar. I was in Oklahoma, and I was away from anything familiar, and so not going home was very important to me. It gave me, okay, this is who I am, this is where I'm from. But now when I go home, it was completely different, right? My mom wasn't there. And not only that, shortly after she had passed, my dad had moved to Thailand. He's a white guy. I'm adopted, like I said. He's from the army. He just loves Thai women and, the country itself. So he retired in Thailand. He also kind of did it to a
Lost the
mission.
lead.
He went on a mission.
We're in the lead.
And so, sure, you know, from the moment my mom passed, everything moved real quick, and it was very fast change. She passed during the holiday season,
You're halfway to victory.
so holidays are different now, right? I remember she would cook for the whole family around Thanksgiving, and so that wasn't happening. And then I noticed, you know, Christmas was our time. We didn't visit a lot of people. We just stayed and did. Wow. We just stayed and did our own thing, opened gifts and stuff like that. But now we were visiting people on Christmas. The first we went to my dad's friend's house for Christmas, and I was like, this is dumb. I hate this. I think we also went to Vegas for a wedding or something like that. For a friend's family, which soon became my dad's in-laws, right? He got remarried. But I was just like, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel normal. And that's what happens, you know, when a passing. Things have to change. They can't stay the same. Life is about changes. So I took it hard. I never really got crazy into drinking, but the attitude of drinking became different. It didn't go from entertainment, it went to kind of burying feelings and stuff like that. Which is not good, but it only got out of hand a couple of times. I was dealing with a lot, and then, like I said, I buried it
We
and
got
everything.
5 minutes left.
I didn't really talk about it to anybody. I just tried to strong arm it all on my own. Well, got to go. Alfredo, I will see you in a little bit. Thank you so much for visiting and hanging out. Also, guys, about this Twitch talk, because you're saying, Alfredo, you wanted to share how your aunt, how she showed how I got adopted and stuff like that. There is a channel on my Discord where subs can come in and they can join in the conversation. They can kind of, talk about it. Non-subs can read about those topics, but they can't join in on the conversation. And I'll put this up all week, and we can talk about it all week and stuff, and kind of, have a more focused conversation outside of the channel, outside of the stream. And then each Sunday I'll clear out everything and get ready for the new topic. So if you're just joining us, basically what I'm doing is I'm just kind of having a focused chat while I play some Halo. The focused chat today is about family and passing. So kind of how I deal with that. Is it healthy and how I deal with it? And it's a part of life, right? It's gonna happen, so you gotta find a way. I'm only gonna talk about this for an hour or so, but it's kind of just something different rather than just playing and
Perfect kill.
stuff like that. If it doesn't work out, if you guys don't like it, just let me know and just won't do it anymore. But it doesn't always have to be about dark and gloom and stuff or personal information. It could be about movies and everything. I'm welcome to topics that we can focus on for an hour. So feel free to sub and join that Discord to throw out, hey, what kind of, throw out topics you'd like to talk about. So how, I deal with death is I kind of solo it. I go in alone. I don't really talk to anybody about it. I don't even like going to funerals. I hate funerals or memorial services or whatever. I just avoid it, and I just kind of distract my mind, distract my emotions with material things, activities, stuff like that. I don't like to show that I'm sad. And I think it, goes back to I cried a lot as a kid. I was a crybaby. You know, uh, slight thing went wrong, I cried. So as I was getting older and realizing I was a crybaby, I tried to avoid crying. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I tried to avoid situations where I cried. So I think I avoid sad situations like that about people passing away and everything, to avoid crying. You know? So yeah, that's how I deal with it. I don't have a lot of close family or anything. My best friends are my brothers to me. I grew up as a single child. Um, my mom and my dad were kind of my world, and my mom passing and everything like that. I just kind of bottled it all in. And those last couple of weeks, my best friend's papa died. I didn't know him that well, but it still affects me. I'm sad about it, and I miss him. He's an honorable man, and the oldest brother, my best friend that I play hockey with. Sometimes you'll know I play with him on Halo and on Destiny's Badger. From what I see through him, his grandfather was a great man because my best friend's a great man, and so I think they deal with passing kind of the way I do in different forms, you know. And so that's what we've been dealing with for the last couple of weeks. So my schedules.
Let's see what you can
my
do.
streams has been off. I haven't streamed as much, I don't think. I haven't worked on my channel. I haven't really visited a lot of people while they're streaming. Basically, because I've been dealing with this kind of stuff. I just kind of, it wears me out. Which is hilarious because I'm sure it wears my friend out even more having to deal with this stuff. So, is it healthy on how I deal with it? Is it healthy that I kind of solo this and kind of bottle it up? And
Lost the lead.
I don't think so. I don't think it's exactly healthy. I don't think all of it, how I deal with it, is not healthy. But I definitely think it's not healthy 100%. So what I've discovered, and kind of growing up, kind of realizing there are probably better methods out there, is finding a few people to confide in, to kind of talk to stuff about, or maybe just be with, not necessarily have to talk about it, but just remember with. And one of those people is my best friend Badger. And just hanging out with them is absolutely healing. It's very healing. Also, my girlfriend, she helps me out. I noticed that I tend to really feel good hanging out with her about this stuff, and I just hope I can be strong for her in these matters as well. She's been strong for me. But you should definitely find an outlet for it that is healthy and that you can 100% express yourself with. Definitely don't bottle it up, definitely.
Center of attention.
If you don't have anybody, maybe do seek, professional to talk to and hang out with. So, if you're just joining us, sorry for the dark and gloom and stuff like that. But what I call this segment early on in my stream is kind of what I call Monday Mind Melt. and we just, I call it melt just because it matches with Monday, MMM, right? Monday Mind Melt. But basically, I pick a topic
Enemies
and I
halfway
kind
to
of
the win.
express myself about it, kind of like an open diary, while I'm playing this game here. I play Halo 5. I play Destiny mainly. So I may play some Destiny after this, but I haven't gotten ranked in Halo 5 yet for the month of November. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now, is getting ranked. Mondays, I also don't have an open fire team in the morning. I just kind of play solo. But the rest of the times, Monday afternoon through the rest of the week, I do enjoy to play with others and everything like that.
Rocket launcher in 10 seconds.
I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays around this time. And today, on Monday Mind Melt, we are talking about family and passing. How I deal with family and people passing away. Is it healthy on how I deal with it? And it's part of life. And you gotta find your way, right? You gotta adapt. Talked about how I kind of bottled up a little bit. I'll admit that. I bottled up. Talked about how I was adopted. Adopted by my great aunt, and I'm so happy that I am adopted. Maybe, in another Monday Mind Melt, we talk about adoption. And, maybe people can join in and talk about their experiences with it. How they went about doing it, maybe, or the struggles about being adopted. Because not everyone has a positive story like I do. But for right now, we're just kind of focusing on what I've been dealing with the last couple of weeks. Because my best friend, his grandfather had passed away, and it was very important to him. And so I thought I'd talk about, kind of just stuff like that. Kind of just get things off my chest. So is it healthy on how I deal with the passing of people, and also how I deal with family? Now, how I deal with family? Probably not, because I have a lot of other family, back east on the east coast of the United States that I could go visit and hang out with, but I don't. I also don't like talking on the phone with them. But as I get older, life gets more busy. Talking on the phone, those times become very crucial. My dad's in Thailand right now, and I don't talk to him a lot on the old phone there. And I need to call him more. And hopefully I can get back into the habit of calling him more, having more meaningful conversations with him. So yeah, I definitely don't think how I deal with family is healthy, for sure. My best friend, how he deals with family and everything is very healthy. I mean, he is all about family. He will go out of his way, sacrifice his time to help out his family, right? And it's amazing to watch. It's amazing to see, and it's something to look up to. He's a little bit older than me. He's a couple years older than me.
Tough break. That's a defeat.
And these mind melt talks are not really helpful to my game. But it's amazing to see him, support his family the way he does. So, what I suggest people do in these situations is find that one person, at least one person, that you can open up to, you can confide in, you can, maybe as simple as just remember the good times about family. Find that one person, and that's how, go do that, and that should be how you meet, how you deal with that. That would be the healthiest way. If you can't, I suggest finding that person and building a relationship and doing that, or maybe professional, or maybe go to a place where stuff like that kind of help is free, like maybe a church or something. But find one person at least that you can confide in, or that when you spend time with them, it's a healing moment. For me, my best friend is, because he's lived in the same house since I grew up, or since we were kids, and I spend the night at his house. And going to his house is very therapeutic for me, because it's like I'm going home. I don't. My home was, my dad sold everything, because he moved to Thailand and I wasn't home. I was in college, so I couldn't help
Slayer.
with anything.
Let's see what
So,
you can do.
moving back, this all felt foreign to me. My hometown had changed, and I didn't have a home that I grew up in, but my best friend did. So going back to his house, definitely very therapeutic. So, now I don't talk to him a lot about this stuff, because I don't want to upset him, because he deals with. I just killed myself. he deals, I don't know how he deals with, people passing away and stuff.
We lost
But
the
if
lead.
we ever do get on the topic, it's about good times. It's not about emotions or anything like that. It's about good times, good memories, and
We're in
good
the
laughs and stuff like that. That's probably the healthiest advice I could give about all this is find one person. It doesn't have to be a group. It doesn't even have to be your spouse. I suggest being your spouse, because they might get mad, but hopefully they understand that maybe that you don't talk to them
We
about this
lost the
stuff.
lead.
Or maybe you do, and you don't talk
We're
about
in
this
the
stuff with
lead.
your best friend. I don't know. But don't bottle it up like I do. Don't go solo like I do, because if you don't realize it, it could take you down a bad path.
Railgun in 10 seconds.
Definitely could take you down a bad path if you don't recognize it. Also, family is important. It's where you get your culture from. So definitely, dive into your family, get to know them. If it's a bitter culture, if it's a bitter world, right? For whatever reason, some people don't have perfect families, perfect family situations, or maybe it's a little bit different story. Like me, I don't have a big family. I just had, really, me and my dad, and my mom.
Lost the lead.
And so, the way I dealt with a small family was I created family ties with friends. My friends are who I consider, family. I may not confide in all of them the way I do my best friends, but they are my family. And I treat them like that. So when I'm making a friendship, I'm and it grows into a good relationship. Know that you are family. Know that. With me, may not be like a best friend or brother or something like that, or a sister, but
Prey to predator.
know that that's what friendship means to me is family ties, right? Some people might find that healthy, some people might not, or find that good, some people might not find that good. So if you're just joining us,
Railgun in 10
thank
seconds.
you for joining. sorry if it's about, a boring topic or dark and gloom. But what I call this little segment, hour of the stream, is called Monday Mind Melt. Basically, I just pick a topic and we talk about it. It could be about,
We're in
like
the lead.
today, it's about what I'm dealing with, family and people passing away.
You're
That's what I've
halfway
been
to
dealing with for
victory.
the last couple of weeks. What's been on my mind, what's been kind of affecting my life lately. As well as it could be talks about movies. Like next topic, I think is gonna be lighthearted, and we're gonna talk about the Justice League. Subs can join in on this conversation in my Discord. You get if you link your Discord to your Twitch name, you can join in once you sub, and the topic will be up all week for discussion, where we can just talk about that, and then every Sunday I will clear it out and get it ready for the next topic we're gonna talk about. So you may not want to join in on this topic where it's kind of doom and gloom, right? But you may want to join in the Justice League topic, and how DC did it right or wrong. But I kind of thought, let's have something other than gaming, other than streaming, or maybe like an open diary kind of, where you find out who is this Asian Slick Slayer, right? Who is this Slick Slayer? And you're like, oh, Slick Slayer's adopted. That's cool. I did not know that, It's not something that's too personal to me, but it does open for conversation, and that could be another topic of how I dealt with being adopted in my life. And then, if you're adopted, you can join in, or if you have questions about it and how your friends think about it, hey, I don't know. If this doesn't work out, people say, wow, this is the most boring thing, and I get that a lot, then we will change it up. We will do something else. But I thought I'd do something, just for an hour, just kind of focus on topics. So today is about family and passing and how I deal with it. 1, 2, do I deal with it in a healthy way? And 3, it's just a part of life, and you got to find your way to deal with it. We talked about basically how I deal with a lot of this stuff, and is I bottle up my feelings, distract my mind from it with doing things, maybe going shopping. I used to be a shopaholic,
You're 10 kills from the win.
or impulse buyer too. So that's how I deal with death and everything, people passing away. Talked about how my friends are my family, being adopted and living on the part of the States away from family.
We got 5 minutes left.
I didn't know, I don't have a lot of family that I know. So my friends became my family. My best friends became my siblings, basically. So if you're my friend, know that you're family to me. Know that you are family to me. Now there's only a few that are like my bros, and that's my 2 best friends that I grew up with. Their wives are like my sisters. That's just because, you marry like-minded people. So, at least in my mind, I think you do. So they're just like an extension of them. That's why they're my sisters. Just because they're married to my bros. I died. So yeah, do I deal with this stuff in a healthy way? No, hell no, I don't deal with it in a healthy way. I don't call family. I have family that I could be calling. I have in-laws that my dad, married into a new family. They grew up with me. I grew up with them. They visit. They were my mom's, best friends and stuff like that. They visit often, and my mom told, my dad's sister-in-law when she passed to take care of me, to watch over me. And I just visited her last a couple days ago for the first time in months, in all year. I have a birth mother that I'm trying to build a relationship with, and I haven't visited her all year. All year 2017, I haven't visited my birth mother. Because it's an awkward situation. It's not fun. As sad as I say, it's not fun. But she is my mother, right? And the only reason it's not fun is because she tells me what to do, and I don't like what she does. So I need to swallow my pride, listen to the good advice that she has, and visit her. So as I was saying, find that one person that you can talk about this stuff with,
Victory.
that you can hang out with. That would be the healthy way. You know, get it out and don't bottle your emotions in. Also connect with your family. If you live in a toxic situation where connecting with family is just not good, not healthy for you, then create a family. You know, find good friends that you can call family, that you can kind of get that bond with. Because it's kind of going into our last part of the topic. It is a part of life, right? It is a part of life, and you gotta you gotta roll with it, or you're not gonna survive. Because if you let it get to you, if you bottle it in, you can only bottle in so much before it starts eating away at you, and it's just not healthy. No one is immortal, right? We all pass away. Everyone is born, right? And unless you're Tarzan, born in the middle of the jungle, you have other humans around you. I know friends that were in the foster care system. I know their stories didn't shed a positive light about that. They had harder life than me, right? I was adopted. I was chosen to be a part of this family. They were, how would you say, not forced, but they were just kind of
Slayer.
handed to.
Let's see what you can do.
Passed off to. Oh, well, here's this foster family. Oh, here's this foster family. Oh, next, right? And who's to say a lot of those foster families offered a healthy home. Sometimes they did. So,
we're in the lead.
what do you do in that situation when you literally don't have family? What I do,
Lost the lead.
and what I think, can help is creating your world, your
We're in the lead.
making your friends your family.
Perfect kill.
That's what I kind
double.
of do. Because it's a part of life. People are a part of life, and family should be a part of your life as well. And it's important, to do that.
You're on a roll. That's a double.
So I think the healthy thing to do is, I'm out of ammo. That's not the healthy thing to do. The healthy thing to do is if you don't have it, make it, right? If you don't have it, make it. I didn't have a big family, so what did I do? My friends became my family, right? My friends became my cousins and my sisters and my brothers, right? I understand and respect that I'm not family to them, maybe. And that my viewpoint is different. But to me, I will treat them as such. So know that if you are my friend, if I call you my friend, that we're family. You may not be my best friends, you may not be my brothers or my sisters, but hey, cousin, you're the cool cuz,
Center of attention.
So, and people passing away, that is also a part of life. No one lives forever, and should definitely find a way to handle that. If you don't have anybody to confide in, to get your emotions out, to even remember about the good times, find somebody. Wow, I missed it. Find somebody. Get a professional. Go to a church or something. Because that's free service, right? They have people that listen for free. They want to listen, because they want you in their church. So understand why they're listening, because they want something from you. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your beliefs or anything, but I'm here to suggest that if you're dealing with someone passing away, talk about it, get it out. Whether you're sad or that, even remember the good times to where you can laugh with somebody. That's therapeutic, and that's healthy, at least for me, and at least I think for most people. But everyone is different. We're all humans, and we can all deal with things differently. So what I think may help you may not actually help you. I know, though, for me, that helps me. And as I get older, it's gonna be a part of life. And someday, my best friend and I are gonna be facing that path of moving on. And it's interesting to think about. It's gonna be interesting to look back on our lives together. So if you're just joining us, kind of wrapping it up now, we're kind of reaching the end. But basically, it's called Monday Mind Melt. And I talk about a topic for an hour with like 3 points. And, it's not always doom and gloom like this last talk was. But it'll be kind of like an open diary time for me sometimes, where I just kind of vent, I kind of get things out. And we kind of talk about it, I may not always respond to chat. I may respond to chat, if it's on topic. And it'll be on Mondays, and it'll be an hour.
You're 10 kills from the win.
And if it doesn't, if you guys don't find it entertaining, then we won't do it anymore. But next week's topic will be about the Justice League and whether DC is doing their heroes justice. I watched the movie. I tell you whether I liked it or not. No, a little bit of spoilers, but we're not really diving into the plot of the story. We're diving into whether they did it right. Whether they played their heroes, their comic heroes, respect and portrayed them well, how they portrayed them. So next week's topic will be a little bit more entertaining. I won't use it as an open diary on that platform. If you want to join in on the conversation, I will have this topic up on my Discord up all week. Now you can join my Discord without being a sub and read the conversation, but to actually join into the conversation, you do have to be a sub. Because sometimes that's going to be, the topics will be about doom and gloom, and subs I feel like are going to be more respectful to each other and the organicness of the channel, and not blow that out of proportion. Maybe go off topic or troll it or whatever.
You got 5 minutes left.
Because they've actually paid money to support this channel and to support a community that they want to be a part of. My Monday mine will always be on Monday. It may be at the beginning of my stream, maybe at the end. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna play around with the time frame until it finds a nice, comfortable home. Or even if it doesn't find a home, we'll just move on from it. I'm feeling pretty good with Halo. I think I'm gonna actually stream this for the rest of the morning. This evening I will just jump back into Destiny 2. We'll do a double stream today. So, you know, if you guys are listening to this, because I will also upload this to YouTube. It'll be, you know, I'll upload this open forum. Well, I guess it's not open forum. You guys are just listening to me. But I'll upload this open diary, I guess you could say, or open mind, right? We're melting in my mind and getting things out. I'll upload this on YouTube. You know, if you don't want to sub, you know, you don't want to, you know, you can't financially support this channel or anything like that. Follow my, go and subscribe to my YouTube because that's free, and then you can comment on this video and say, hey, I like this, but less doom and gloom, right? I like this. Let's talk about this topic, or I like this. Let's talk about that topic. You can join my Discord and say that in my general chat. You know, I have no problems with that. You don't have to financially support this. You can support this with your intellectually support this with your ideas and thoughts. You know, I'm open to suggestions. But basically, today's Monday Mind Meld is about family and passing, and I told you that I'm adopted. I told you that my view of family is different, and a little bit, my world is a little bit smaller because I grew up a single child. And with the passing of my mother and kind of growing up, I've learned to expand my world of family to friends and create, you know, say, you know, my best friends are my brothers. You know, some dude I've been hanging out with for a year or so, or some lady I've been hanging out with for a year or so, they're my cousins, right? You know, I'm gonna do what I can to support them in their, you know, positively in their life, be a positive effect in their life, because they're my friends, they're my family. And then we talk about, like, you know, passing away is a part of life. It's going to be there. You know, I didn't deal with it a lot because I had a small family, but now I'm getting older. You know, it's gonna happen. And dang, 2 shots real quick. It's gonna happen. So, you know, I suggest you find one person. If you don't have anybody right now, find one person that you can open up to about this stuff. That you can talk to about this stuff. And it doesn't have to be crying. I mean, also, one big tip is crying is okay. Crying is therapeutic and crying is healthy. Don't be like me and think you're going to be a crybaby if you cry. So, find that one person that you can cry with, that you can laugh with, that you can just get it out and talk to about. You know, I constantly have dreams, where, you know, I'm in the house that I grew up in, and, you know, my mom's right there, you know, the woman who adopted me, my great aunt, she's in the dream sometimes. I thought that guy moved on. And those are beautiful dreams to me. They're always good. I don't think I've had a bad one of those yet. They're always good. Let's hold this fort down. So yeah, that's it, guys. That was the very first Monday Mind Meld. If you were here for that, thank you so much. Alfredo, AAR, Judge Dreadpool, thank you so much for your lurks. Thanks so much for joining in the conversation a little bit. I hope it was okay for you and not uncomfortable. I know sometimes that topic's a little bit uncomfortable and kind of pushes people away. So I may find a different spot for this. I may not open up with this. So we'll see how it goes. But thank you all for joining me on the Morning Mind Melt. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for subscribing. I am going to upload this to YouTube. I'm going to share this on my Facebook page about my YouTube channel. So feel free to get more of my content over there. Let's see if I can hit this guy in the back. Nope, he's going to shoot me. And, you know, if you have any topics you want to talk about, comment on that YouTube channel. Comment on that YouTube video. Join my Discord and talk about it in the general chat. Now, if you want to more focusedly talk about the subject, I have a channel dedicated to Monday Mind Melts where we talk about the topic for that week. All week, and I will clear it out on Sundays so to prepare for the next topic. That way, you know, you can join in on the conversation amongst other people. You do have to be a sub to join in the conversation, just because I feel like subs would respect the channel more and everything. Mr. Zombie Pig Gaming, thank you so much for that follow. Thank you for joining the Slaya Alliance.
10 seconds.
Just summing up my morning Mind Melt topic. And so, yeah.
Rockets are up.
Thank you for joining me in that. You know, check me out on YouTube. Check out my YouTube channel. Check out my Twitter. This is going to be on my YouTube channel. This will be in my past broadcasts as well. And, yeah, thank you so much. Everyone have a good one. And we are done. Woo. Let's get back to playing some Halo, huh? So now that I've kind of gotten that out of my system, I can respond to chat more. And, we'll turn the volume up too.
Headshot, stay sharp.